So cash flow is the king. So many times in my videos I'm talking about money, cash. It's not that I am so obsessed about money and cash. It's just that it's so important that we as founders neglect it, because most founders I see come from engineering background. They do not understand how it operates. For me it took 4.5 years to understand how to control the money inside the company, right? Like if you don't take care of your cash flows, it's going to make or break your company. So always keep track of how much money you're making or losing in a month. So if you're making money, that's no problem, because it's going to accumulate in your bank account. But in most startups, that's not going to be the case. At least for the first few years, first 2 years, 3 years, you're going to burn, right? And know your burn rate, like know how much you are losing every month. Is it 2 lakhs? Is it 3 lakhs? Is it 5 lakhs? Is it 10 lakhs? Is it 1 crore? So knowing your burn, knowing how much you're losing every month helps you understand how much lifetime do you have. Suppose I have 6 lakhs in my bank account and I am losing 1 lakh every month. That means I have a 6 months runway, right? So now I'm absolutely clear in my mind that before 6 months, I need to either get in more cash into the bank so that the show goes on, or I need to become profitable in this 6 months. So there are only 2 options from there, right? So you understand how cash flow is playing out. There's one more solution which I don't recommend. Maybe if I cut down my expenses by another 10-20,000, because instead of 50,000, if I spend only 30,000, instead of 1 lakh, if I spend only 80,000, it will give me probably another month or 1.5 month of runway, right? Right? So you need to understand what is the runway you have. This is a very important metric, like when you're doing a fundraise, and always start your fundraise exercise much before. You should at least have 6 months of cash reserve in bank before you do this thing, because that way you have much smoother operations, and it would take anywhere to 6 months to close your fundraise if you're doing that, right? And this also helps you do it like a project, right? Even if you're doing with your personal money or the angel money that you've got, like your personal money of 5 lakhs, or you got some check of 10 lakhs, 20 lakhs, make sure you have this planning perfectly in place. Make sure you're taking time to read the financial reports every month, because as founders we neglect that. We focus on every single aspect, like product, team, consumers, but because of the natural interest is to keep creating, right? You are always in the creation mode, you're always in the disruption mode, and you want fast paced things, but this is a slow paced thing, right? You have to read the profit and loss sheet, you need to read the bank account statement, you need to understand your expenses, and you need to know, okay, what's happening here. Why did we spend more here? Why did we spend less here? It's very important to spend 1 day every month, like especially at the end of the month. Make sure you have your accountant to do your profit and loss sheet, and your cash in bank. If you're not hired an accountant till now, do that. Like don't hire him full time. Hire chartered accountants association, chartered accountant who could send an assistant every week once to actually sort your accounts. That's early of the start. And if you're already a thriving business, you definitely should have an accountant, because you do not know how much cash can be saved if you have an accountant, and you can make the decisions at the right time, right? So cash flow is the king that makes or breaks a startup. So do not neglect on your finances, and have good healthy practices to run cash flow inside your company.